So I have gone into quite a few topics related to making languages for video games in this Gamer Gonzo journalism series. From grammar and syntax to secrets and ciphers, language builds mystery and believability into a fictional world. Yet, something I have really avoided talking about, something that I take very seriously, is something that will make you lose all respect for this topic. It is this.
Subi whip. Rar.
Cool.
Yeah, that's the last one.
Kiss-a-moy.
Quafica, Bean.
That's what I was wondering. I don't know what they're gonna do next season because they did some stuff this time. Exactly what I was thinking. Oh yeah.
Babble is the universal precursor to language. It is a pantomime performed through sound. Babies make random noises to emulate the speech of adults until they catch on to a sound that gets a reaction. They repeat that sound over and over, and in turn, adults begin prompting more words around that correct guess. Baby babble is, interestingly enough, unique to each language. Babies babbling in Japanese sounds different from English babies. Babies babbling in Italian sound different from babblings in Greek. Learning a language to the point of fluency actively causes languages you don't understand to take on a different tonality of babble than you would hear as a baby, because of what sounds and meanings you've grown accustomed to. In other words, once you learn one language, the other languages sound different to you than to a baby, where the sounds would just be incomprehensible. Just search for some "what does blank language sound like to blank people or culture" videos on YouTube. At a fundamental level, Babble is no different than the attempt to take sound and turn it into a language. Which is why Babble, when done well, will always read to an audience as a real, believable language. Take Simlish as a prime example. A few recorded voice lines of people pretending to have a conversation, cued with different emotionally affected body language, and a few up or down inflections. Toss some pictures into speech bubbles, and suddenly players listen intently to their Sim's conversation, trying to hear, before a UI element spells it out, whether their conversation is going well or poorly. Simlish was such a captivating part of the original game that certain sounds from that game came to mean certain words, and those words became consistent staples across the franchise. Woohoo. You can have something just like this in your games too. The phonetic barks of NPCs before reading a speech bubble in Mario or Zelda games add character to the line, but stretch out those sounds and drop the dialogue box, and you can convey pure, raw emotion. Repeat some random babble rhythmically and on a melody, and you can achieve a similar feel to the composite conlangs, constructed languages, used for things like the music of Nier. In the biblical story, the Tower of Babel is an allegory for hubris. Language is a punishment by God to keep humanity from understanding and cooperating with each other in such a way that we could challenge the God's power. Countless media draw from this imagery to explore and critique different aspects of humanity's hubris and desire for power. Catherine, Sword Art Online, The Talos Principle, Maggie, Tower of God, Getting Over It, and probably even some stuff that isn't weeb shit. Yet, in the biblical story of Pentecost, tongues of flame are given to mankind to speak to one another, to overcome the boundaries of language through language itself, because language is uniquely our power. Our power to create meaning from the void, to create as He does. In the beginning, there were not even words, only God's babbles. Stay true.